Chapter 28, Essay Writing. An essay is defined as a short piece of writing that expresses information as well as the writer's opinion. To write an essay, you should generally decide what kind of essay to write. Brainstorm your topic. Do research. Develop a thesis. Outline your essay. Write your essay. Edit your writing to check spelling and grammar. Kinds of essays. The first step to write an essay is to decide what kind of essay to write. There are several main structures into which essays can be grouped. Narrative essays. Tell a story or impart information about your subject in a straightforward, orderly manner. Descriptive essays. Focus on the details of what is going on. For example, if you want to write a descriptive essay about your trip to the park, you would give great detail about what you experienced, how the grass felt beneath your feet, what the park benches looked like, and anything else the reader would need to feel as if he were there. Persuasive essay. Convince the reader of some point of view. Comparative essay. Compare two or more different things. Expository essay. Explain to the reader how to do a given process. You could, for example, write an expository essay with step-by-step instructions on how to make a peanut butter sandwich. A day in the life of a bus driver. The alarm rings. It is 6 o'clock. Manin gets up wearily. It is the start of another day ferrying school kids to and from school. At 6:30, after a hurried bath, Manin starts his old 22-seater bus and moves off. He goes along a regular route picking up children to send to various schools. By 7, all the regular children, except one who is ill, is on the bus. Manin drives carefully through the busy roads. He stops at 4 different schools, dropping off some children at each. He plans his drive carefully so as to reach the last school by 7:30. Otherwise some children will be late for school and he gets the blame. At 7:32, his bus is empty and the roads are magically less congested. Most of the children are in the classrooms. Manin stops by at a stall to have his breakfast. Come 11:30, he picks up other school children for the afternoon session. By 12:30 he has sent all the children to the schools safely. At 1 o'clock he collects his first batch of children from a school. Then he proceeds to 3 other schools to collect the others. After collecting the children he sends them home. Manin has lunch at home and takes a nap. At 3 o'clock he cleans up the bus. At 6 in the evening, Manin goes on his last round of collecting the children from the schools. He safely sends them home by 7:30. Then Manin goes home, takes a bath, has dinner and watches television for a while before retiring to bed. Thus end yet another day in the life of a bus driver. Road safety. Every day many people are involved in road accidents. Some are killed. Many more are injured. So it is important for us to learn to use the roads properly and safely. No sane person would like to be involved in an accident. As the roads are very busy nowadays, we should be very careful when crossing one. It is safer to use a pedestrian crossing or an overhead bridge whenever one is available. Never cross a road by dashing across it. That is inviting trouble. If there are no crossing, then we must look carefully right and left and cross only when it is safe to do so. Some of us take the bus to reach school. It is important that we do not try to get on or off a bus while it is still moving. I tried to get on a moving bus once. It dragged me a short distance and nearly ran over me. I was lucky to escape with only some scratches on my legs. Also, we must not fool around while in the bus. A sudden lurch can send us knocking our heads against something hard. Using a bicycle can be dangerous too. We must pay attention on the road and never cycle too far out to the middle of the road. We must obey all traffic rules. Also, we must make sure our bicycles are in good condition with working brakes, lights etc. These are some things we can do to avoid accidents. However, there is no guarantee that we will never be involved in one. The important thing is to stay alert at all times while using the roads. We must know what is happening around us. In that way we can take necessary action to avoid danger whenever we see one. Road safety is very much up to how we use the roads. Use them carefully and we may be able to use them for a long time. My hobby is reading. I read storybooks, magazines, newspapers and any kind of material that I find interesting. This hobby got started when I was a little boy. I had always wanted my parents to read fairy tales and other stories to me. Soon they got fed up and tired of having to read to me continually. So as soon as I could, I learned to read. I started with simple ABC books. Soon I could read simple fairy tales and other stories. Now I read just about anything that is available. Reading enables me to learn about so many things that I would otherwise not know. I learned about how people lived in bygone days of magic and mystery. I learned about the wonders of the world, space travel, human achievements, gigantic whales, tiny viruses and other fascinating things of our world. The wonderful thing about reading is that I do not have to learn things the hard way. For example, I do not have to catch a disease to know that it can kill me. I know the danger so I can avoid it. Also, I do not have to go deep into the jungle to learn about the tiger. I can read all about it in a book. Books provide the reader with so much information and facts. They have certainly helped me in my daily life. I am better equipped to cope with living. Otherwise I would go about ignorantly learning things the hard way. So I continue to read. Besides being more informed about the world, I also spend my time profitably. It is indeed a good hobby.